Hey YouTubers. For those of y'all that don't know me, my name is, I'm going to call myself on here Ty Nicole. I don't want to get my real name just yet. But for those of y'all who do know me, you already know. But, I said that I was going to start making YouTube videos about living with sickle cell, which is what I have, and why I'm in the hospital right now. I'm having a sickle cell crisis. I have a blog on WordPress.com, and I wanted to expand on that, get a little more personal and in-depth so that people who don't know anything about sickle cell disease, or people who do and just want to learn more about it, or fellow sicklers out there, they can see what goes on in my life and get an idea of what people with sickle cell disease have to live with every day. Well, I'm back in the hospital. I've been in here now for 2 days. This is my second night in here. And I had just got out, I think 2 weeks ago. And when I was in the hospital the last time, I knew I was going to get sick again because I was still hurting while I was in the hospital. It's my knees and my arms that are hurting this time. Excuse me. And I think it was what triggered it this time was the weather, because it's been raining a lot here. And for people with sickle cell, the weather has a lot to do with us having crises and being in pain. So I was getting better, and then it just started all over again in the same place with my knee. One of my knees started swelling up, my elbow started swelling up, so I knew I had to come back up here. I'm doing a lot better than how I was. Even just maybe an hour ago, I was in a lot of pain, but my hematologist finally came and was able to change the medicine, so now it's feeling, a little bit better than how it was, to where I'm able to do this right now, because if I was still in pain, I wouldn't even be able to, hold this and just make a quick video. But I'm going to start doing more of these YouTube videos. It won't be all just about sickle cell, because I know, people don't want to just watch that all the time, so I'm going to be doing other things on here when I'm not in the hospital, like, shopping hauls, and I design jewelry, me and my mom, so I'm going to put some of, my designs on here, and just, talk about my life day to day, what goes on. And of course, but majority of this page, my YouTube page, will be about the trials and tribulations of living with sickle cell. I just really want to get the word out there to people about this disease. Not enough is being done, I don't think, to find a cure for it. We don't have a big enough spotlight on it. So, yeah. So, even if I know this won't, like change the world or whatever. Of course not. I'm not crazy to think that. But I think it will be great educational channel where people will be able to learn more about something that they probably had no idea even existed. So, this is what I'm going to do. I've been wanting to do it for a while now, and I kept putting it off and putting it off. I wasn't sure if I wanted to, make videos and put things that's going on in my life that are, so personal out there, because I didn't know how maybe my family would react, close friends. But it's, if they, some people like it, some people won't. Put it that way. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, go to the next page. So I just said, you know what, forget it. I'm going to do it. And my mom, she agreed with it, and she think it's a great idea. So, you know, I was like, well, okay, if my mom thinks it's a good idea, then okay, I'm going to just go for it. That's what I'm doing. Well, a little bit about sickle cell. Sickle cell is a blood disorder. Instead of a sickler's blood cells being regular O shape, it's like a crescent or a moon shape, or like a C. Is disformed, and when it gets disformed like that, it doesn't flow throughout your body the way it should. Therefore, it doesn't carry oxygen to different parts of your bodies like it should. So when that happens, it gets clotted up, and that's what causes the pain and the swelling, and and our oxygen doesn't flow the way it should, and of course that's not good. And that's why a lot of sickle cellers have had blood transfusions, because our blood cells aren't shaped the way that they should. Therefore, we have a lower count. And so that's why we're also, they call it sickle cell anemia, because most of us are anemic from that. And a lot of the triggers, it varies. It could be the weather. That's a major one, weather. If it's cold outside, that'll cause pain in the joints. And if it's too hot, then we get dehydrated, which isn't good. We have to drink a lot of fluids. Stay hydrated, because if we don't, we'll go right into a crisis. Stress. Earlier on, I didn't believe that stress could, cause you to get sick like that. And my dad, he would always say, you gotta stop stressing yourself, because that's what's causing the pain. But I wouldn't believe him at the time. But now I know that that's another big part of having a crisis. And a crisis is this: when you start hurting and you're in pain and you have to go to the hospital. That's what we call a crisis. Another thing that causes the pain is not being hydrated. Like I said, we have to keep fluids in our body. You have to. That's very important for a sickle celler. I don't really like to talk about the life expectancy of a person with sickle cell, because, of course, it varies. Not everybody is the same. It was a average sickler would live to be in their mid to late 30s, but now it's a much higher age range than that. So it's each year they find a little something more, like maybe the hydroxyurea, which is the pill that helps with sickle cell. That pill's kind of controversial, but so it's just little things like that give us a better chance. It's me and my brother. We have one sibling, my big brother. We both have sickle cell. And there are 3 types of sickle cell disease. There's the SS, SC, and what me and my brother have, which is the beta thalassemia. But I just think of them as all the same. Basically, you get your blood doesn't flow the way it should, and you get sick and start hurting. Some people can have the trait, and some people, like what me and my brother have the full disease. So yeah, I'm in and out of the hospital a lot, especially the last maybe year. It's been, I was in and out of the hospital so much, but that was because of the stomach problems that I was having, which I didn't have a lot of when it came to my sickle cell. So that was, we had to figure out what was going on with that, and we finally did. It was the medicine that they were giving me. So they changed that, and the way that they gave me the medicine. And so now I'm not having the stomach problems anymore, thank God, because that kept me in the hospital, like literally kept me in the hospital for months at a time. Like, it was crazy. But now I'm just in the hospital now just when I have a sickle cell crisis, which is the way it should be. Because I was tired of going for, sickle cell pain and the stomach pains. It was just a lot. And that's another thing a lot of people don't understand about people that have sickle cell disease is how much it's some they think, oh well, yeah, you have sickle cell, you can still live your life, and of course you can, but it is a major part of your life also. Everything you do revolves around the disease, sadly. Because, if I want to go to the beach, I can't get in the water. If I do get in the water, I can't stay in long. I have to make sure I'm hydrated. It's just different things. I don't want to get caught in the rain because then I can start hurting. I can't be in cold weather, then that'll make me hurt. I have to stay hydrated. It's just a lot. And even a regular day, something is still be hurting on me, but if it's just like, my arm maybe is hurting one day, then that's normal. Sickle cellers, we walk around in pain almost literally every single day. It's the amount of pain that, determines whether or not we're going to go to the hospital. And everybody always wants to know what sickle cell pain feels like. How do you describe it? And it's one of the most, I still haven't figured out a way to properly describe sickle cell pain. And every time I look it up online to see what a description is, it always says the same thing: excruciating pain. And that's the best way you can sum it up. It's just, like, man, the pain is crazy. Like, I'm talking pain to where you can't get out of the bed, you can't move your arm. If somebody touches you, even if it's just like a light touch, oh my gosh. And then people look at you crazy if you like scream or something, but it's that bad. Like, I've had pain so bad to where my parents would have to call the ambulance because I couldn't get out of the bed, and they would have to literally pick me up with the sheets from my bed and put me on the stretcher to take me to the hospital. Like, you're in that much pain. And then, of course, because the blood isn't flowing the way it's supposed to, it gets clotted up and it makes your joints swell up, and it's, of course, that's very painful, and it makes it also difficult for you to walk. That's another big problem with people who have sickle cell, is the clots, blood clots. That's why when I'm in the hospital, they give me the Lovenox shots in my belly, in my abdomen area, to thin my blood out, so I'm not at risk. Well, I don't have a higher chance of getting, a blood clot, because that's very dangerous and very common in people with sickle cell. So, so this is what this page is gonna be about this, and when I'm not in here, I'll do other things, like, like I said, the shopping hauls or just normal day-to-day life things. And I'm excited. I'm glad I finally decided to do it. And I know this was kind of, me just rambling on. Y'all have to excuse me. They got me medicated right now. No, that's not the problem. I'm serious. I'm so used to this medicine, but, So, if you have any questions, leave your comments below, or you can email me if you like at tynr7@yahoo.com, and I'll answer your questions there. But just leave your comments here if you can't, so I don't have to go back and forth or whatever. And subscribe. And I'll appreciate it. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these videos, but I know once I get started, it's going to be on a regular basis. So look out for my next video, you guys. Bye.